Now we're going to have a look at the marathon and half marathon course, where entrance will start at the northern end of the Wangaratta Showgrounds complex near the Wangaratta Kennel and Obedience Dog Club rooms. We head along a sealed section of internal roadway towards the back fence of the Showgrounds complex, and when we get to the rear gates we turn right and run over a section of gravel road and grass until we meet up with the path that runs along the Ovens River. This section of grass and gravel is about 150 metres long. Entrance now continue all the way along this lovely Ovens River sealed path until they reach the intersection of Park Lane and College Street. Cross diagonally through the middle of the intersection there, obviously with some traffic personnel in place to assist, and run on the sealed path along College Street. At about 1.7 kilometres on the left and right here, you'll have an aid station, and then entrance will turn right into Phillipson Street and run all the way along Phillipson Street through this residential section of the course. When you get to the end of Phillipson Street, you turn left and head into Cambridge Drive and run all the way along Cambridge Drive. This section is the same as previous years, but when entrants get to the end of the road, they're going to turn right into a new residential section. And the reason that we've added this is because at the end of this new court, there is a new lovely sealed pathway that goes along the 15 Mile Creek. So entrants will come along here, turn into this new path and head around the back of Maple Circuit and some of the other roads that we've previously used in this area. Turning right now, we link up with the path on Creekview End, and entrance will run off towards Edward Street, passing an aid station here when the path merges into the Edward Street path. And we're kind of heading west now, out past the Wangaratta Golf Club. Entrance cross the bridge there and they go straight on, straight out towards the golf club. Get to a turnaround point now where you must make sure your bib is showing, because we'll have a marshal there who'll be recording all bib numbers to make sure entrants have accurately completed the course. And you then head all the way back until you come to the Edward Street Bridge again, but this time we go left and we head down and under the bridge. And this is taking us into the section of course which is along the 1 Mile Creek. This is a great piece of council infrastructure that we've got in place here in Wangaratta. Very beautiful area, quite well shaded as well. We come past the Collindale Wetlands path, but as always we're keeping left so we don't take the Collindale Wetlands path on the way out, and then keep following the 1 Mile Creek path under a number of roads and along the creek until eventually we get out to Bachelor's Green. Once entrants get to Bachelor's Green, again they must make sure that their bib is showing, because we have a marshal in place here who will be recording bib numbers as entrants do the loop around the roundabout in this, well, kind of a roundabout in this section. After you've turned at this far point, which we like to call Siberia, if needed, just down here on your left there's a taller block about 40 metres off the course. So entrants now come all the way back along this path along the 1 Mile Creek, and when they get back to the Appin Park School, they'll go past that section as well and eventually come to the Collindale Wetlands. And this time of course entrants will turn left and they'll go in and they'll do this out and back section of Collindale Wetlands. A relatively new path here in Wangaratta, and quite beautiful with some billabongs and other things there. The turnaround point is almost all the way to Williams Road, and you turn around this bollard that you can see, and once again entrants will need to make sure that they've got their bib showing, because that's the third spot on the marathon and half marathon course where we will have a person that is checking bib numbers. Run all the way back along the Collindale Wetlands section, and when you get to the end you turn left, and now we're heading back towards that Edward Street Bridge where one of the other out and back sections were. Entrants will go under the bridge, and again keeping left at all times on the course. When they get to the top of this little steep concrete path, they'll do a sharp left hand turn 180 degrees and run back over the bridge, and then essentially follow their path all the way back to the showground. So into the Creekview End path, into the new path around the back of Maple Circuit and the new court that's been built, through the residential section of Cambridge Drive, and in a moment we'll turn right into Phillipson Street, there it is, and onto the path that runs along College Street. Back past the aid station now, I think we're getting pretty close to 19 kilometres done. So once entrants have come out of that residential section, they're nearly there. Back onto the path that runs along the Ovens River. You'll see the finish line on the right now, but we run past until we get to Grey Street. Do a 180-degree turn and turn into the Wangaratta Showgrounds complex, and now with a very slight downhill and 300 metres to go, entrants will be able to charge along this roadway, turn right, run over approximately 100 metres of grass, and get to the finish line, which is exactly at this gate, and that's the course. All of the information in regards to these events is available online at wangarattaMarathon.com.au. That's wangarattaMarathon.com.au. Please register online at wangarattaMarathon.com.au.